now. The light's on red. Blink to green, we go racing. And Ricardo Feller is on his toes. Here comes the Porsche, then straight between the other two cars. Mustang on the right, Audi on the left. It is going to be Arjun Maini who leads, and Maxime Martin then in the red and white Mercedes makes contact, and again a Boots and Porsche demolished, and there's absolute mayhem, and that takes out the leaders. 6, 7, 8, 9 cars, absolute mayhem, and all of that was triggered long before the corner.
It was just, it went on early. That was the problem. Row 6, Junqueira got a mega start to start with. It was only the 17 Get Speed car that did it officially. There must be 9, 10, 12, 15 cars wiped out, and it's still going on. We're under green still at the moment.
Maxime Martin then is the race leader. Mauro Engel is second. In third place it's Picariello, and Valentino Rossi is in fifth behind Danny Junqueira as they come up towards the first chicane, and it might kick off here as well as people get crossed up under braking. But you've had pretty much the first 4 rows of the grid eliminated. I thought that Martin was the one that rather triggered it as he tried to get back into the queue, but he's come out as the race leader. But that's the Mustang, just wiped out the Audi from the front row. It's just wiped out completely. It's taken the front of the grid out of the race. Like I say, I don't know what else you do with that chicane, but it's almost impossible to get this many cars through.
Yeah, and I thought it was the other VDS car got involved. Picariello luckily went through. Junqueira said, okay, straight to safety car. Cars will slow down. Look at the 46 car of Rossi. He picked his way through incredibly well. I think it was the Stella Corvette getting involved with the Rutronic Lamborghini down at the second chicane, but they lived to fight on. But that was a huge amount of contact, and I do see what you're saying, David. This red-nosed Mercedes swept out to the inside, and then the track narrows, and he had to go somewhere. And was that the Constantine effect, side to side?
So we've lost Arjun Maini, we've lost Wiebelhaus, that's both Mustangs gone, Ricardo Feller has gone, Gilles Magnus has gone, and I think Kirchhoff has been involved in it as well. That is the third race in a row that a Boutsen, the same car, number 10, is eliminated on lap 1. Paul Ricard, Brands Hatch, Monza. What do they have to do to get a break? Even changing the driver from Robin Knudsen to Gilles Magnus hasn't helped. But look, that's an absolutely written-off Porsche, 2 demolished Mustangs, a broken McLaren, and there's a Ferrari in there as well.
I think there's contact between himself and the Ferrari. That sends the Ferrari into Nicky Team, takes out the Boutsen car, then wipes out Kirchhoff, who had a mega star, and he's really the wrecking ball through no fault of his own. That strong carbon fibre tub McLaren that started all the way back on the 8th row wiped out our leader. So he had a great start, but unfortunately he gets turned around with all the contacts, and he's just innocent in there. And it's so hard to apportion blame, and it's easy with this many cars damaged to really want to point a strong finger, but isn't going to be there with the damage still rubbing on the tyre. It is a tyre limited circuit here. Luckily for Danny, it's on the left side. The right tyre affected has got a bit more life and a bit more bite, but you can see he's having to defend now from the McLaren of Lynn. Polystyrene getting kicked up, and yeah, I worry here. And just interestingly, you gain more under a full course yellow than the safety car because of the bunching of the safety car. There's a lot of strategy at play here we're talking about in the remaining 2 hours and 39 minutes.
So Martin, Engel, Picariello, Junqueira, Lynn and Klimenko up to 6th. Stalikov in 7th place at the minute. 8th is Andriolo, 9th is Reese Barr, 10th is Alex Malikian as the cars wriggle through the chicane. Mikkel Matt gets turned around in the Corvette. He's a sitting duck. People go left and right. And Mikkel Matt thankfully spins the car out of the way and gets going now. That could have been nasty. So race leaders currently work lap 10. You're looking at the Gold Cup train as they come down towards the Parabolica. There is James Kell in the McLaren leading the class. The driver's name on the Lumi rank as he turns into the corner. So this car currently 16th. The class opposition, Simon Birch, in 23rd. So he's got quite a bit of traffic between himself and the opposition as James Kell, as he comes now over the timing line. And the McLaren goes through. We've obviously lost Garage 59 McLarens, but James Kell's car for CSA Racing going nicely, and with quite a nice cushion over the traffic behind, and a big battle going on now. Look, Giacomo Petrovelli in the blue Aston at the head of the queue as they come diving down towards the chicane. Cars on the left, cars on the right. Breathe in, everybody. There's some late breakers in the background. And yes, they have just about made it through safely, but that was a bit touch and go. No, they haven't made it through safely. BMW and Ferrari go nose to nose, and it's number 71 Ferrari. That's Simon Birch's car that's been turned around.
Yeah, he's got to try and find a space. He does it quickly and efficiently. Luckily for him, I thought Birch was going to get beached, but he gets out of there. But a lot of time lost, and up to the 21 car on the exit. Spoke slightly too soon, David. I thought you were all right. It kicked off at turn 2. We're seeing that happen a bit here at 4 and 5 as well. Remember that 30 BMW is the one that's done its 3 stops. So this is a strategy that we're going to have to keep an eye on, and at the moment they're going to need a lot of full course yellows and safety cars towards the end of this race for it to make it work. Oh, there's a car in the wall there at Ascari.
That's a McLaren, isn't it? And it's not James Kell's car, is it?
Yeah,
it is. James Kell in the gravel, and that could well be a safety car. It's in the middle of the Ascari chicane, so turn 8, and that car up against the barriers. He's looped it. It's gone into the gravel. Full course yellow is coming. Full course yellow is going to be called for. That gets everybody under control.
Yeah, the gearbox will have a cooling system where it's got a duct to keep it in control, and that's obviously got damage beyond repair. This is what happens to James Kell by himself, and that's all the dirt that we were talking about getting dragged on, and it just looked like maybe he just put his left side tyres on that and it just understeered off is my first call on that one. And yeah, there's going to be some big winners here. Everyone that didn't stop that first time will now be thinking, do we stop? When do we stop? You want to go as long as you can into the full course yellow to push yourself later in the race. 2C's getting to work.
As there, the 2C's Verstappen Mercedes has parked. It was way back in 44th place, and Chris Lulham has parked the car. That's at the Ascari chicane. Has he gone through the gravel? Has he had a moment? That does not look like it's in a hurry to rejoin, does it?
No, has he gone off because of a problem would be my guess. Could be a short full course yellow. Here it is in shot. Rear just seemed to lock on him. Interestingly, when they were checking for damage, they were looking on that rear axle on the rear left, and it's something finally broken. So even though they went into the box to fix, I would say there's something gone wrong on that one. It looks like Lulham's going to get out. They can't recover that under a local yellow. I don't think it is in a place. Smoke billowing out from the bonnet too.
Max Lynn then, who looks on. Horatio Fitzsimon is having the race of his life here. Bob Neville, and another car in the gravel. That's Kolovos, isn't it? Kolovos Jr. in the Porsche. That's going to be an interruption, I'm afraid to say, because it's way, way off at Lesmo 1. Way into the gravel trap, and you can see it's left some debris, and it's between the two Lesmos. But yeah, he's gone off at Lesmo 1. He's finished midway between the two, and that, without some assistance, ain't going anywhere. Here it is in replay. He's too quick into the corner, damages the car, bodywork flies, and he's way out of line.
Yeah, rips the carbon fibre mid-floor off, and the diffuser actually you can see hanging off. That's in between a short and a long full course yellow for me, isn't it? The way it is.
There is Dienst up the curbs. And remember, with 25 minutes to go, we're getting to the period for the last pit stop. BMW way wide through the gravel and just scrabbling back onto the racetrack. That was 9.98. Jens Klingman, who doesn't often do things like that either.
Previous race winner here at Monza as well in the BMW. The gap is growing from Ben Door to Van der Linde. It's now gone another second up. So even with traffic for Ben Door, he is doing a mega job here. This is starting to flow into their race ever so slightly. He's going to have to box in the next 5 minutes, however, so he may squeeze 3 more laps in. Is he able to get that gap big enough where he can take the lead in pit lane? Risks in staying out for another lap, I think so. The 44 still not moving. Damage on the 2C's car. That's done an engine fire underneath.
Yeah, and you can see all the smoke, and there's going to be liquid on the road. That's gone bang, big time, coming down to the chicane, and whoever is behind it is going to find a very slippery circuit. Cian Jewis parks it, but this could be nasty because you can't see anything, and we do now go full course yellow. Look at the debris on the right-hand side of the road. Full course yellow, not only for the McLaren, but also for this, and the smoke screen that it has generated down at turn 1.
So Dorr does win halfway through his pit stop, so it is a gain. I think he'll take the lead, but I think Dietz, if they can get him in the pit lane, will take the lead. If they don't, then it goes to the Audis behind him, and then Lucas Auer will get a benefit from this. Yeah, the McLaren gets going, but this is going to obviously go long. Are we even going to get back to green with the amount of oil down in turn 1?
Well, let's see. There's all that debris to clear. So Pintos has clearly had a wild ride to get to where we picked up the car. Look at the majority of the under tray and the rear diffuser of that McLaren scattered on the other side of the circuit. The rear of it is somewhat different from how McLaren intended it, because he bit hanging off it. That car gets going, but it's all of this. It's the liquid, it's the smoke, it's the oil put down. Thankfully, the smoke's dissipating fairly quickly. We're under our 5th caution period of the race. We've got 21 minutes to go.